It's Miss Laurie
and Anna.
Today for our Not Just Cookies cooking segment, we're going to make chicken paprika. It's a family recipe. I combined a little of what my mom taught me how to make it with a recipe. So I'll show you what you'll need to make. I'm going to kind of break it into two parts. The first part, we're going to saute the onion and we're going to brown the chicken. Part two, we'll take it out of the oven and I'll show you how to make the gravy for it. So what you want to do is preheat your oven to 375. Then the recipe calls for one chicken, 3 to 4 pounds. I actually prefer the thighs, so I bought bone-in chicken thighs. I bought the value pack. It was 10 thighs. So what I'm using today is going to be a little more than what the recipe actually calls for. So you can pretty much eye it up and see what you'll need. You'll need a medium onion chopped. You'll need a pat or so of butter to brown the onion and the chicken. It calls for a half a teaspoon of paprika. I like paprika, so I use way more than the half a teaspoon. Some salt. It calls for 1.5 cups water. I like using chicken broth. I think it gives it a little more flavor than just adding water. A half a cup of sour cream and 2 tablespoons. There's my sour cream. And 2 tablespoons of flour. We'll do that at the end after the chicken is done. So what I'm going to do, you will wilt the onion in butter, add paprika, chicken, and salt, and then you'll brown it. So Anna will help me. I already started. The butter's already in, the paprika I sprinkled a little in, and onion. I actually used a little more than a whole onion. And I'm going to add actually a little more paprika. I think I've mentioned this in my videos before. We're Czech. So this is actually the cookbook that I am using for this recipe. So I'm using this recipe, like I said before, and I'm combining it with my mom's recipe that I grew up with. So she's browning the onion nice on the butter. And I think it's looking really good. So what I'm going to do now, I already washed my chicken thighs. I'm going to add the chicken thighs. I'm doing all facing down to start. I don't think it really makes a difference. I wish you guys could smell it. It smells good. Okay. You just want to make sure they're all in your roaster. Oh, and I'm using a roaster. And you'll want to, when you put it in the oven, you're going to want to cover it with a cover. So Anna's going to let it simmer and brown it. And then I'll add a little salt. Okay. Thank you. Oh, just a little. That's a little more. Thank you. Some people like the salt. I'm actually using chicken broth. I don't think this is low sodium, so you're not going to want to use a lot of the salt. So I'm just letting it brown. And then I'm going to, well, I don't think it's ready just yet, but I'm going to need a fork. I used to cook with breasts, but I found that thighs are just better. I think the breasts sometimes get a little dry, so I find the thighs are a little more juicy, and I think they have a little more flavor. But you could use, I think I said at the beginning, this actually calls for a whole chicken, 3 to 4 pounds, and this is 5 pounds. So I've got the butter, the onion, the salt, the paprika, and the chicken. And I'm going to add a little more paprika. I think it gives it a nice color, the gravy, and it's just, my family really likes it. Okay, now I'm going to flip them. You're going to put these in the oven anyways, so it'll cook that way, but all you're really doing here is just browning it. And then I'm going to add more paprika. Did you want to do it, Annie? Okay. She's just going to sprinkle it all over. Yeah. That's good. Very good. Thank you. Okay. And then it calls for 1.5 cups water. I'm going to use chicken broth, and the chicken broth, I'm going to try to see if I can do it with 2 cans. I got the 3rd can ready, just in case. And I wanted to let you know, while I'm letting it brown, I bought some dumplings, so the dumplings will be a good side to have with the chicken paprika. And all you do with that, I just buy them at the store. I put, I want to say 3 to 4 tablespoons of water in the bag. I seal it up and I microwave it for, I want to say 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. And that pretty much steams the dumplings in the bag. But you'll do that closer to when it's time to eat. I'm just going to flip it again, just to make sure the paprika coats all the chicken thighs. I've got my flame on a medium, so I want to say it's getting, you don't want to cook it because you'll be cooking it in the oven. Yeah. And I think the paprika browns it a little nicer. Okay, I think we're set. So this is how it looks when it's all nice and brown, ready to cook. So I'm going to turn the flame off. I'm going to add my water or the chicken broth. So let's see. Okay, that's 1 can. I'm not sure I need 3, but I definitely will do 2. Because this is what you're gonna use for your gravy. And when you take it out of the oven, you're going to mix it with sour cream and flour. And that's gonna give you a really nice gravy. So, and as you can see, the gravy's orange. That's all the nice paprika we put in there. Okay. I don't think I'm going to add the 3rd can of chicken broth. I had it ready. Maybe I'll use it tomorrow for some leftovers. I'll mix it in. So you're going to cover it. Okay.
Addie, here.
I'm going to put it in the oven. It's heavy, so... And we're going to cook it for 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to set it for an hour, but probably I'll check on it after 45 minutes. Okay, so we're all done right now. We'll be back in a little while. We're going to take it out of the oven and we're going to make the gravy. So you'll need a Corningware dish to put the chicken pieces in, and then you'll simmer the gravy on top of the stove after it comes out of the oven. So we'll see you in a little while. Bye. Bye everyone, welcome back. I just took the chicken paprika out of the oven. So as you can see, the gravy is nice and the chicken thighs are done. So what you're gonna wanna do to make this isn't gonna work. I'm gonna take a fork. I'm gonna put them in my Corningware. Okay. And we're going to make the gravy using flour and sour cream. So I left them in for an hour. Again, you want to just check maybe after 45 minutes to make sure that that they're done. And we cut into them and they're nice. It's white inside, no more pink, so it's done. You got it? Thank you, Anna. Okay. And it's heavy. So, mix sour cream with flour. Stir carefully into pan. You're going to want to simmer it for 5 minutes. So I'm going to turn it on low. Okay. It calls for 1/2 cup. So this is a cup. So what I'm going to do, but like I said, I added more than what the recipe calls for. So just kind of eye it up. And Anna will start mixing that. And the flour, 2 tablespoons of flour. So that's 1, 2, and the flour will help thicken everything up. And I'm going to do a little more because we had more. Okay. Let me turn it up a little more. Okay. You don't want to get it to the point of boiling, but you just want to get a nice simmer going for about 5 minutes. When you're done, you're going to turn it off, and then you can strain it over the chicken. And I already steamed my dumplings. If you're Czech, and we're used to dumplings, you can either make this with rice or noodles, whatever you prefer. We've been doing this for years with dumplings. We're going to do it with dumplings. And Anna's just going to keep stirring. You'll want to make sure the sour cream, the chunks are, you want to get them dissolved. And I kept my chicken broth off to the side, but as you can see...
We don't need it.
Well, no, we don't need it. There's a lot of gravy. This will last for a couple days. And it depends, you know, like I said, the 10 thighs, we're big eaters here in our house, so that'll be enough for a couple days at least. I can hear it getting
Probably.
yeah. And then, just because I like it, I'm going to add, not that we need it, but I'm just going to add a little more. And we're pretty much done. So, yeah, so Anna's going to keep stirring till the 5 minutes is up. But there you go. It's a nice home-cooked meal. Like I said, with prep and everything, prep is about 20 minutes, a half hour. The cooking is an hour. And we're almost done. So we have our dumplings. We can, when it's done, we'll spoon the gravy over our dumplings, over the chicken, and we have a nice hearty check meal. So I hope you enjoyed our video. Yes. Let us know how you enjoyed cooking it and eating it. So we hope you liked it, and we'll see you again.
Bye.
Bye.